to another creature. But Animals brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
Can I get a drink here?
If you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
And how's business going?
Don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah, they prefer to get plastered on free beer.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end, and then early in the morning he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
What do I have to do to get into the upper quarter?
Well, you need to be a citizen of the town. Go find some work, preferably with a craftsman in the lower part of town. That'd make you a citizen. Well, and if that's still not enough, go talk to Lord Andre at the barracks. Maybe he'll let you join the city guard. They can go into the upper quarter, too.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this fella that he used to bump into every day, and then suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Khorinis is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits or eaten by wild animals. Yeah, it's that simple.
Show me your wares.
And the sea released the land, and there arose all creatures, trees as well as animals, wolves as well as sheep.
All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the royal militia.
What are you doing here?
I'm a novice from the monastery. I run errands for the magicians and also the paladins. I have provided the 3 innkeepers in the city with wine from the monastery.
Who are...
One of them is the good man here behind the bar. Then there is Kerrigan, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
Hey,
Hear
you!
ye, inhabitants of Khorinis.
Hey, what's
By the
up?
explicit
As
order
long
of
as the
Honorable
paladins
Lord
don't have
Hagen,
any new
the following
assignments for
decree
me,
is
I
hereby
can have myself
enacted.
a couple of
From
beers
this
here.
moment onward, Lord
What more
Andre
could
will
you
take the
ask?
supreme
You're working
command
for the
of our
paladins?
militia.
Well, yeah.
All the citizens
I
of this
report to
city
them
who
on the
have martial
situation in
skills
the
at their
city.
disposal are
At the
herewith
moment,
urged to join the
everything is
royal militia.
How are things with the orcs?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the paladins have everything under control. Go home and let us do our work. We're watching over the town and its citizens. Oh,
Would you like another beer?
sure, I want another beer. Get me one.
Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh, yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Would you like another beer?
Well, I won't say no to a decent pint.
They've even spotted an orc outside of town.
Yeah, right. The dangerous orc outside the city. Listen, we'll kick that fat orc in his fat ass if he comes too close to the city. Got it?
I see. Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter ale is absolutely the best. You know, you don't often meet someone who'll treat you to a beer. You're all right.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis.
Don't bother me, I'm on duty.
Hey, come closer. Take a break and have a sip of cool beer. Lord Andre is springing for a few barrels of free beer.
That's an open secret.
Welcome, stranger.
Who says things like
My
that?
name is Baltram. Have you come to stock up on food? I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I don't have much in stock right now, but I'll be getting a new delivery
Tell
soon.
this to anyone.
Have you got a job for me?
No, I already have an errand boy. Try the other merchants.
Can't take care of everything for everybody.
Show me your wares.
That's if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. And he works all day too.
Hey, you!
I'm Zurus, master of potions. Do you need an essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
These are bad times.
Do you...
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him. He needs an assistant, but he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the East Gate to collect plants for his potions.
These are bad times.
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
I don't believe
Has Constantino ever told you where to find King Sorrel?
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stone circles, near Lobart's farm. That's a farm near the other gate. There's one of those stone circles.
And he works all
I think
day
it's on a hill. It used to be a grave or something.
He had better shut up.
Show me your wares.
He can't keep anything to himself. Really? How interesting. But that's terrible. He can't keep anything to himself. But that's terrible. But that's terrible. Everybody everybody knows by now. That's what I've always said.
I don't believe that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Really? How interesting.
I don't believe that.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
But that's terrible.
Who says things like that?
Someone's got to do the work.
But so great was the wrath of Beliar that he came across the land and chose the beast. And Beliar spoke to it, and the beast became his.
That's the first I've heard of it. I agree with you completely. That's the first I've heard of it. Insisted he knew better. I've heard a thing or two. You hardly know who to believe these days. I've got my own opinion about that.
But Enos beheld what Beliar had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human.
That's what I've always said.
And he works all day,
Don't
too.
tell me that. Who says things like that? Don't tell me that.
But that's
These are
terrible.
bad times. Go away. That's an open secret.
He'd better
Who
shut
says
up.
things like that?
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
From the city.
Well, well. Then what are you doing wandering around out here, so far from the protective walls of the city?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. For one thing, there's the bandits. They'd polish off a little wimp like you for breakfast. If the bandits don't catch you, then the wild animals in the forest or the mercenaries roaming around will take care of you. So first get yourself some decent armor before you go out. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
Why not? Here's your 10 coins.
Terrific. If you need my help, you know where to find me. But please do me a favor. Don't come to me with any trifles. I can't stand that, you hear?
That's not what I heard.
Who says things like that?
That's not what my husband thinks.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That's what I've always said.
Everybody knows by now.
These are bad times.
Another one of those things. All right, so much for you, filthy beast.
Nothing there.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Who says things like that?
Everybody knows by now.
That's an open secret.
I don't believe that.
I can't take care of everything.
Hey, you! What can
I can.
Hey, you!
What?
What do you want?
I wanted to have a look around here.
Then where exactly are you headed?
What interesting things are there to see here?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Khorinis. If it's information you want, he'll be the right person to talk to. Do you, need money, by the way?
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Actually, I was on my way to the upper quarter.
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take me to the king for an audience. People like you and me haven't been allowed in the upper quarter since the paladins came.
Are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here, yeah. But still they won't let me into the upper quarter. Only the Toths can get in there, or the merchants and craftsmen from the lower end of town. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight in Khorinis. There isn't even a regular militia patrol down here.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There've been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
That's not what I heard. That's what
Hardly know who to believe these days.
You don't say. Everybody knows by now. I don't believe that.
What do you want here?
Smart kid.
See? That wasn't so hard.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Hey! Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
Really, how interesting.
Can you tell me something about those missing people? Missing people? This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Khorinis to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
It's a bad business.
Are you missing someone? Me? No. Do you know of anyone who's gone missing? No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
Only Enos decides what's right or wrong.
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Khorinis lately. That is true.
That's really not my problem.
Show me.
I couldn't care less.
That was obvious all along.
That's no secret.
That's all just gossip.
I'm staying on.
That's terrible.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
Really, how interesting. And it's gonna get even worse.
Someone's got to do the work.
Who says things like that? Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That's no secret.
These are bad times.
You don't say.
Smart kid.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes,
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
It was his decision, wasn't it? Only in us decides what's right or wrong.
I agree with you.
I'm not touching that.
Used to say that myself.
Nothing to be had there.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to...
There's nothing here to see. Now move along.
I want to get aboard the ship.
No one may enter the ship. I have my orders. I shall kill anyone who enters the ship without authorization. In the name of Innos, I shall defend the ship with my life.
Wait a minute. You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess that? Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's got to fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Have you talked to the paladins about this?
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be interested if a poor devil like me has his problems with the militia?
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the paladins. The paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do.
It was just like you said.
You can't rely on him.
He listened to the wrong people.
Don't say you didn't know that.
I couldn't care less.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here. So keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see. All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
Farum the fisherman has problems with the militia. The boys are constantly stealing from him.
And what do I have to do with it?
You have a certain amount of influence up here with the paladins. Farum needs your protection. He's willing to give you a part of his catch for it.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what's up with the militia. I'll take care of it.
Hey, you! I know how to resolve your trouble with the militia.
And how would that be?
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants to hear your story about the militia and the fish.
And you think he can make the militia leave me alone?
At least that's what he said.
Great, thank you. I cannot give you much, but wait. I found this strange blue stone on one of the islands off the coast of Khorinis. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but someone like you will certainly find a use for it.
Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
He'll surface again.
I don't think so. He's been gone for too long already. I'm afraid that I'll be dragging his body from the sea at some point.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Khorinis. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I wouldn't be so sure.
And there's more, believe me.
That was obvious all along.
I've got my own opinion about that. As if I didn't have enough problems. I don't know why he gets so worked up. I'm in enough trouble as it is. You don't have to ask.
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable, and very useful until you know your way around.
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years?
Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
Let's wait and see what happens.
I got my own opinion.
Show me your maps.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
We can only wait and
Who
see.
says things like that?
Why won't they listen to me?
Will it ever change?
Nobody ever asks me.
I hardly know what to believe in
Bad
anymore.
times.
It can't go on like
As
this
if I didn't have enough problems.
It's really not my problem.
It's totally
I
obvious.
hardly know what to believe anymore.
I'd have gone about it differently.
You already know what I think.
I've heard a thing or two.
Honestly, I wouldn't stand myself.
Nothing's ever gonna change.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
As if I didn't have enough.
It works all day, too.
Nobody ever asks me.
That was obvious all along.
Hardly know what to believe.
Really? How interesting.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
There you are at last. I've been waiting here for hours. Just a moment. You're not a merchant from town, are you? Where is Baltram?
Who are you?
I don't see how that's any of your business. But if you must know, my name is Skip. Does that ring a bell?
Who?
Are you telling me you've never heard of Skip? Holy shit! Where do you live? I'm one of Khorinis' most wanted criminals. Me and my boys have been the scourge of the waters around this crummy island for years. Come on, you must have heard of me.
You're a pirate.
Yes, damn it. That's plain to see. And a cross one at that. I'm so bored, I could chew up the planks of my cog.
Where do you come from?
You want to know where our hideout is? If I tell you that, I might as well invite the militia to arrest me. And in case you would like to pay us a visit, it wouldn't help you in the least. The island of Khorinis is large, and no one ever gets to where we are anyway, unless they have a cog or some other ship. And then you'd have to find your way through the cliffs as well. Nobody gets through there unless they know the secret path. There are only 2 people who know the path, and you're not one of them.
A lot of citizens are missing, and everything seems to indicate that you're not quite innocent in the matter.
Damn it. It's not what you think it is. Do I look like a slave trader to you? No, I only transport goods. What they are and where they come from is no concern of mine. We have shipped all kinds of things for those swine. First, it was just regular stuff. Well, sometimes it may have been contraband. But then they started to kidnap the inhabitants of the city. No idea what they're planning to do with them. All we did was ferry them across.
Who are you talking about?
The bandits, of course. Who else? The filthy scum who are making themselves at home all over the island. And not just here, around Khorinis.
Just bandits isn't good enough for me. I want a name.
A name? You want to know who's leading the bandits? Damn it! What was that bastard's name again? I just can't recall his name. Even if it wasn't all that complicated. But I can show you where to find the boss of the gang in this part of Khorinis. Have you got a decent map?
No.
Then I guess I'll have to give you a description. There's a very big farm far to the east. The farmer's name is Onar, I think. He's got some fairly large fields. To the south of those fields, there's a small fortress on a high cliff. That's where you'll find your man. I remember his name now. Dexter. Yes, I think they called him Dexter.
Where did you take those people?
I already told you. I'm not going to tell you where our bay is.
Baltram, you're waiting for a merchant?
Smart kid, aren't you? That's what I just said, isn't it? That good-for-nothing junk merchant seems to have forgotten me. If only I could get my hands on him.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here?
Hey, Larish, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
These are bad times.
Hey, you!
These are bad times.
You're doing business with pirates?
What? Who told you that?
I talked to one of them. He seems to be waiting for you in his bay.
What can you do? These are hard times. Everybody has to look after his own.
Even worse. Now that's typical, isn't it?
Weren't you afraid of getting caught?
That could happen. You found out too, didn't you? But you'll keep your mouth shut, right?
Really? How interesting.
What do you know about the pirates?
They live in a remote part of the island of Khorinis. It can only be reached with a cog or some other ship, as far as I know. The citizens of Khorinis fear them, quite rightly so, for they're nothing but a bunch of nasty cutthroats. Still, if you ask me, they're nowhere near as bad as the bandits.
What is it you're trading?
I mostly supply them with food, and for that, they give me the finest rum that's to be had in Khorinis.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I could take care of this deal for you.
That would be great. I cannot leave Khorinis at the moment. Here, take this package and tell Skip not to be so stingy with the rum this time. It should be at least 3 bottles.
That was all I wanted to know.
Really? How interesting.
He simply talks too much.
He works all day, too.
I'm staying out of it.
And the human slew the beast, and it entered into Beliar's realm.
I can't help it. You really didn't deserve that.
Do you really believe that?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Halt! No one may...
Don't say you didn't know that.
Will it ever change?
I've heard a thing or two.
You listen to the wrong people.
Wouldn't be so sure.
I never knew that.
I can't believe that.
I agree with you completely.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Go away. Don't tell me that. That's gonna get a little worse.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
He had better shut
That's
up.
not what I heard.
Go away. Don't tell me.
You have to feel sorry for
Hey,
That's been known a long time.
what are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
It can't go on like this forever.
Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards.
but I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes, his name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
I agree with you completely.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farum, the fisherman, told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
Can I help you somehow?
Yes, you can. Find out what the paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. And I have to know if the orcs will attack and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information you can get. I need to know how much time I have left to finish the boat.
Who said that?
What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down our necks and you're asking about the harbor?
I only wanted to...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough ships in the harbor to get us out of here. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that belongs to the paladins. They certainly won't let us get out of here with that.
He should have known better. There's nothing you can do about it. It's totally honest. That doesn't surprise me. Nothing's ever going to change that.
Oh, no one...
Will it ever change? That's the first I've heard of it.
We can only wait and see.
I know better.
These are bad times.
it's gonna get even worse.
Really?
Hey!
No,
Yeah, that's what I would have said. Since you're new here, I'll make you an offer. That's your entrance fee for the tavern.
but I don't want to go to the tavern.
You know, sooner or later,
Forget.
then I'll take everything you have.
Ah,
Ah!
Now that's typical, isn't it? Listen till he talks too much. Go away, don't tell me.
Stop right there, you lowlife!
About the plants,
if you cannot handle that,
I s-
And so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power in his realm, so that he might restore it to the
I've got a package for you from Baltram.
what? He's sending me an errand boy? Scared shitless, is he? Oh well, what can you expect from such a puny penny pincher?
He says he wants 3 bottles of your rum in return.
Ha ha, wouldn't he like that? First he makes me wait forever, doesn't even show up in person. Then he has the nerve to make demands. Here, give him 2 bottles. That's enough for him.
So I've got you after all.
So much for you, filthy beast. Really not.
Stop right there, you lowlife!
Leave that. It had to happen sooner or later. It can't go on like this forever.
It's really not.
It's just like you said. That whole thing all over. He never asks me. He thinks it's as easy as...
That's not what I heard.
I wouldn't be so sure. He thinks it's as easy as that. Some problem solved. I couldn't get away with that.
That's been known a long time.
His deeds were just.
That was no big deal.
That's not what I heard.
That's the first I've
Same
heard
old
of it.
thing all over again. You have to feel sorry. That was no big deal. I wouldn't be so sure. No idea. You tell me.
You have no business. Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
You don't have to ask me that.
That's an open secret.
That's not what I heard. Honestly, I noticed it myself.
That's terrible. That's not what I heard.
Everybody knows by now. That's not what my husband thinks.
I got the rum from Skip, but he gave me no more than 2 bottles.
Damn expensive, that. Who does he think he is? Well, give it here then. I can't give you much for it now. This here's gotta be enough.
Who says things like that?
How's your duty?
Oh, these boys swing their swords like farmers. But when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
What's it like with the militia?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
All right, you can start when you're ready.
What are the advantages of one- or two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
Where should I start, with one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. In that case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons. Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
No.
Then Lord Andre won't take you. Sure, you can talk to him, but I don't think he'll make an exception for you.
Let's begin with the training.
What do you want? Peck isn't here, so you can't get anything. Come back later.
I want to get stronger.
Of course you do. But so long as you aren't one of us, or a paladin, I won't help you.
Yeah, get out! What did you want in there? From now on, keep your paws off stuff that isn't yours. Well, at least you've got some gold on you.
I've come to collect about those missing people.
Just leave me alone with that. I've got other problems.
I want to take up service with the Paladins.
Good. I can well use every able man here, no matter what his reasons for joining us. If you place yourself in the service of the Paladins, I shall help you get an audience with Lord Hagen. However, I have my orders only to accept citizens of the town into the militia. My commander is afraid that spies or saboteurs could sneak in. He wants to limit the risk this way. Therefore, you must first be a citizen of the town. Whether this rule makes sense or not is disputable, but orders are orders.
Due to the general situation, the forest and wilderness near the city are to be avoided for your own protection. Furthermore,
isn't it?
any contact with the rebelling peasantry in the surrounding areas is strictly forbidden.